Welcome to the Players Club, presented by Bluff City NIL and Coaching for Literacy. Join host Christian Fowler each week as he sits down with players from your hometown school. Now, let's hit the club and get this party started.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Players Club out here at Let It Fly in Germantown. You guys are welcome to join us every single week, presented by Bluff City NIL and Coaching for Literacy. This week, got our first return guest. Hank Pearson is back in the building. Keviante Spears, Donovan Mathena, and Jack Greer. Guys, what's up? How y'all doing?
Good.
Doing good.
Yep.
Good.
To be back.
Glad to be back.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this past week's game. We talked about it last week. Obviously, everyone was talking about the importance of the game and what it meant for this team to go beat Boise State. You guys took care of business. Walk me through it a little bit. You guys can kind of just go bounce off. What did you think of this week's game?
Going into this last week game, we knew that was a pretty good offense. A high motor offense. We knew they were going to come in and try to throw the deep ball, use their quarterback to, run. And we really was focused on the number 2, the running back, who's pretty good kid, incredible athlete. So our main focus was taking him out the game, and we was doing that. Well, the defense was doing it at the beginning of the game. We kept them at 48 rushing yards, right?
Mm-hmm.
For a good minute, and try to just take him out the game,
right?
And have the quarterback use his arms, throw the deep ball. Have our DBs to cover, lock them down, and, us being the line to apply pressure to the quarterback,
right?
Get him nervous, have him do stuff he's not used to doing.
Yeah, just going off what Spears said, he was coming into the country leading in all-purpose yards. It was definitely the best back we played, and so it was key to stop him. It was key to kind of get the defensive line involved, and I thought overall we did a good job at it, but we got to work on the starts, man. We were down 17-0, I believe. Was that right? 17-0 to start. We're gonna get it corrected for next week, and it's not gonna be an issue. But we just got to start off better, come in with that same juice, because once we get rolling, we're tough to stop for sure.
I think we learned a lot from that game. Nobody didn't give up. We faced adversity,
right?
And I think we found the way pretty good.
Yeah.
Everybody put on their business plans and we can't let this go south. We can't let this be the same week like Missouri. We started out slow with Missouri, and they got up, got out on us, and I think what it was for the game, 17, the 24, and we finally came back and
right.
Made plays and made it tough for them. So we just found the way to push through the block with Jeff. That was an incredible play by him. The offense, a light clicked on for him, and they played an incredible second half that also helped us in defense. We tightened up a little more when it got to the end of the game.
Yeah. Donovan, they're talking about stopping the run and stuff, and just from the linebacker room and from the perspective of the linebackers, what were the keys, both in the passing game and then on Ashton Genty as well, trying to keep him contained?
All week, Coach Barnes, our DC, he was just preaching, playing you're on fire, men on fire. I don't know if it's an old movie.
Yeah.
It came out 2004. We did that live stream. He showed us clips all week before practice.
Not that old.
Came out, did that live stream, action movie, and just going crazy. And he showed us those clips before practice and before the game to get us hyped up, play men on fire all game. And the main purpose this week, he was focused on low tackles.
Yeah.
He was going against number 2, an incredible player he was. And just in the linebacker room, we focus stopping the run first. Make them start passing the ball, in which while they succeeded in it, it's not what they wanted to do at first. They wanted to run the ball. So once you start getting them to pass the ball, get the DBs playing good, D-line rushing, everything falls into place.
Jack, you're our only offensive guy this week. I know you're on the shelf right now, but offensively, what were the biggest points going into this game? Where were you guys trying to attack, and what were you guys trying to accomplish going into Boise State?
I felt like our biggest thing was to improve on was in the passing game, and especially in the O-line room, was protecting Seth and giving him time with the ball and our playmakers' hands. and getting more movement in the run game. I think we still have a lot to improve on, but I felt like we did a lot better in protecting Seth. We still have a way to go in the run game, but we definitely did better.
I know you guys struggled to run the ball against Missouri. Blake couldn't really get going. In this game, he kind of took it over, especially later in the fourth quarter. How important is it to keep that consistency in the run game, not having the games where you're averaging 2.5 yards a carry, but where you're consistently, I think this game was like 5.5, maybe 6 yards a carry. How important is consistency in the run game moving forward?
I mean, it's so important for us to just be constantly be able to run the ball and switch off between run and pass. And so they have to come off and read and not just think, oh, we're going to pass the ball every time because we can't run the ball. And when we do, we're not getting yards. So I think it's just so important for us to just be able to come off the ball and make movement and get holes for Blake and such to be able to make a move and make a play.
So let's talk about the game itself. You guys have hinted at it a little bit, but going down 17-0 early, I think it was like 7 or 8 minutes left in the second quarter. You guys down were 17. What was the feeling on the sideline? Like, how was the team responding to that?
At first, I think we went into the game like real chill. Like everybody was laid back. They, just taking their time with the game. And when they jumped out 17, I think something clicked in my mind was like, we can't let this go. Like, I felt energy from the guys. Everybody was like picking each other up. Like the game is not over. Especially the O line. It was like, yeah, I'll give us the ball back. We're gonna still we will, do what we had to do on the field. And it worked out for us. The energy, you could feel it like we on the sideline, and you could feel like, if everybody down, sad, if everybody like actually got that fight on them, who had the fight on the sideline, and you could feel that around the guys. A lot of the guys on defense, the offensive side, you don't be over there.
Right.
I know on the defensive side, you can really feel the energy from the other guys, even the younger guys, even the guys that's not playing. You can feel
just being locked in.
Yeah, they like, we're gonna push through, we're gonna win. We're not going down without a fight.
Right.
I definitely agree too. And I think, this is this your third year here, Donnie? It's the second or third year. Second. So we're the two kind of returning guys sitting here, and this team just has a different type of energy and a different type of swagger, especially when times get tough and when we're facing that adversity. It's not as much of a panic as it has been in years past. And even as they were driving down the field on that last drive, they eventually scored, but the defense wasn't panicked. I wasn't panicked that they were going to get the onside. It's a sense of we put in the work during the summer, we put in the work during camp, and it's going to come to fruition in the games. And when you work that hard for something, it's not just going to not happen. If that makes sense. I think just a level of confidence in what we're doing, and that probably leads to some slow starts because of how confident we are coming in that we're just going to steamroll whoever we play. But once we get that corrected, that confidence can take you a long way. So I'm definitely happy with it.
Picking up off what Hank said, the NCAA now, the transfer portal, every team is almost just flipping in half after every offseason.
Right.
But, the transfers we got in the returning players through spring, summer, and fall camp, we just kind of build a bond together. And it almost feels like a team instead of just a bunch of transfers coming in and returners coming in. And so when we do go down like that, even on the sideline, like they were saying, nobody was stressing out. Everybody was just picking each other up and just had that same energy to keep going. Because even though the scoreboard was 17-0, it felt like a 0-0 game on the defense side. None of the coaches were paying attention. It was like, hey, this is what we got to do. We got to pick it up and keep going.
Jack, were you on the sidelines for the game?
No.
You weren't? Okay. Gotcha. That's what I figured. Let's talk about turning points. What do you feel like the turning point was? Yeah, you go. Go for it. Go for it. What was the turning point in this game? Was it getting that first touchdown on the board? Was it, when Jeff blocked the kick in the third quarter? What was the point when the momentum you felt like fully shifted?
Jeff, I think, would you guys agree? It just.
I think what started it was Rock scoring the touchdown.
Right.
But when Jeff got that block,
we knew
how
it
they
was
changed the
over.
game.
Right.
I feel like right there when he got the block, it kind of secured the game.
Yeah.
It's like we coming back, we putting drives together, getting stops. But when he got that block, it's like, all right, we in the driver's seat now.
That was it.
But, with Rock, I think he had 2 receptions on that drive, including the touchdown. And right there, we're like, we're in this game. Well, even though we're down, we're not better than us. We're a better team, better players.
Yeah, I agree. And I think a lot, too, Mathena gets to see it every day, but, for the defense, like we have leaders for every position group, but a guy that I really look to is Jeff. And so to see the guy that works the hardest and does it the right way, when he goes and makes a play like that, it makes you, like I was telling him in the middle of the game, like I don't know how many plays I'm playing, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to give you all I got, and I just look up to a guy like that. So when you see your leader make a play, and you can tell how badly he wants to win, I mean, it shows. I mean, I see Medina beating him in races every day at practice. Jeff was scooting. So, I don't know. I just felt like, I don't know. I was just very, very happy with him. I was excited for him, too.
A big special teams play like that, how does that flip a game? Because we see it in football all the time, right? Whether it's kick return, punt return, blocks, whatever it is. When you get a play that you don't necessarily expect from your special teams and it turns into a touchdown, how does that change the outlook of a game?
If you can score on a special team game, you got a high percentage of winning the game.
Yeah.
Every time. If you can score on kick returns, punt returns, get a block, whatever. Most of the time, if you get a block in during the game, like a kick or a punt, most of the time the team who blocked that punt wins. It's
right.
So him like getting that block after the kick, and it was funny like to score again. It wasn't just 3 points on the board.
Right.
Him blocking it and giving us the free 7 points plus, that really like changed the game. Like made the game easier.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a 10-point flip too. I mean, you got to
right.
think about they make that. They're still cruising. They still have some momentum and stuff like that. But when you have a situation where you're taking points off the board for them, when they're trying to be smart, they're trying to make the safe play and take their 3, and instead it's 7 the other way. It's a big morale boost for us, but it's just so deflated for the other side to have them trying and doing the right thing, and
right.
we're just made a play.
And thinking they're going to get points in that situation.
Right.
Dom, you got any thoughts?
And then just, a lot of people maybe overthinking or not even caring about special teams, but at a point like that, what Hank said, that's a 10-point flip.
Right.
Which is so much momentum that can switch. And then you can even see on the sidelines, when you get that kick, when you block that kick, Judge goes to score, everybody's up, everybody's excited. And
right.
You kind of look to the other sideline, it's like, they're all like defeated because they're expecting to go up real fast. Yeah.
So let's turn our attention towards Tulane this week. Second conference game of the year, 1-0 in conference right now for the win over Navy. Hank, when you guys were here a couple weeks ago, you talked about, just going 1-0 every week. It doesn't matter who it is. That's the goal. And I've heard that as a common theme throughout doing these. What does this game mean? This is a team you guys lost to last year.
Yeah.
They got to go to the Cotton Bowl. They got to do everything that you guys wanted to do and the goals that you guys have. So how important is this game against Tulane?
It's the most important one on the schedule, and it's not just because it's the next one, but it's because it's them, and we owe them from last year. And like you said, they did everything that we want to do. They've got a great quarterback. We've got a great quarterback. They got a running game. We got a running game. We're very evenly matched. I was looking at the matchup predictor today, and it's literally 50-50.
Yeah.
So it's just about who wants it more. It's about who's more prepared. And we're both off a bye week. There's no excuse. So whatever happens, happens. And I'm confident with my guys. I'm always riding with Memphis. So.
And then for the returners, I feel like this game's almost kind of personal because last year we were down 28-0 again.
Right.
More than that. It was 35.
35?
At halftime?
It was either 28 or 35 at half.
Yeah.
It was bad. They were beating us.
And then we obviously don't say that at the end of the day on the scoreboard, but just coming back off of that, we would have had a faster start and we would have been down so much. Maybe we could have won that game. So just them coming back to our place on Friday night primetime game, to get that win. And really, I feel like the top 2 teams in the conference in the middle of the season playing each other. So whoever wins this game, I feel like is honestly in the driver's seat for the rest of the conference.
Absolutely.
But I think this is one of the biggest games because they was the champions of our conference. They did go 13-0 last year, 14-0.
They didn't lose to anybody except for, they might have lost a couple, but I don't think they lost in our conference, and then they beat
USC.
They beat USC.
Yeah.
So they were legit.
So we slay them. This would be a huge boost for us.
Right.
Conference is everything when you play in the game.
Right.
And slaying the biggest dragon, of them all, it give you a big boost.
Right. Jack, any thoughts before we go to break?
No, everything.
I got you. I understand. All right, we're going to take a quick break. You can see previews for all of our shows coming up, and we'll be back on the other side. The guys will tell their stories and how they got to this point, so stay tuned.
And can we give a round of applause? It's a special edition
For the
episode
of
Stood for the boys.
the Bluff. There it is.
That's the one.
There's some fake applause in there.
Yes. Hey, thank you to the studio audience. Appreciate you.
We've officially made it. It is Gabe Kuhn wedding week. That's where we have to start. Saturday night. That was weak.
Thank you.
That was
All right,
weak.
all right.
Saturday night, it is going down.
Do you have any awes in the crowd?
You want an aw?
I want an aw.
Oh, like that. I thought you were like a bad aw. But okay, yes. Anyway.
Kenny's a married man. Why'd he play that sound?
Yeah.
Hey, what's that about?
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape. Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause. And most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city.
And I wonder if Silverfield's time in the NFL is the reason for this, but it feels like a much more NFL style
100%.
to do that, as opposed to what you see a lot in college is just keep doing your thing, keep putting up points.
I think style points really only matter if your job is on the line or you are playing a ranked opponent. I think that's really the only
Or
time.
you're at a place like Memphis where you have, like, you don't have a huge core fan base. That may not be the case at all college football programs.
Yeah.
But definitely in Memphis where you have, a core of 25,000-ish fans that are fans, and then you've got to bring in 10, 15 casual that are, their number one team is somewhere else. But if you're exciting and fun, they're going to come to a Thursday night game against Navy when their team's not playing.
But I think you also get that if you just win.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
The fact that we hear about this proposal and not this proposal has been accepted type story makes you think that the Grizzlies ain't hearing this. Like that it seems like this was a good idea to them. That you'll be hearing a story about, hey, deal's done. But I do agree with Jeff. It does look like this is something that the Tigers said, hey, this is on the table. Why won't the Grizzlies take this deal? And I don't know, man. I don't like how this is all looking. I think it's going to get kind of nasty by the time it's all said and done.
Oh, I think we're well past that point.
Yeah, I think a lot of the particulars in this I don't really understand. But the fact that it's sitting out there is not showing that this is something that's been approved. That's the part that lets you know that we still have possibly a ways to go, and this could get uglier over the coming weeks as far as the arena fund allocation is concerned.
Tune in to The Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
What's up, everybody? We are
Make some
back.
noise.
There we go. Yeah. Now we go. There you go. That was better. Now is my personal favorite part of the show. We get to talk to everybody, hear their stories. Hank's going to just be a commentator on this because we've already heard his story.
It's
Jack,
not that interesting.
It's interesting.
You'd rather have Seth, I think.
It's interesting. Jack, let's start with you. Tell us how you got here and just about your journey overall.
Okay, so for me, I grew up. I didn't really play much football. I played a little bit in 6th and 7th grade, but I always played a good bit of sports in general. But in high school, I really only played basketball. I played basketball team.
I was giving him that work too.
Were you?
Ask him about it. I'll play.
I wasn't the best, but I was there to play defense.
Yeah.
But then I also played soccer, and then I had a season-ending injury in soccer my sophomore year, and I was out my whole junior year. And COVID and all that happened, so I ended up playing football just because I was like, "What's the first sport I can play?" And it was football, so I started playing football. And I'd already been in love with like lifting and working out, so it kind of worked out well for me. I weighed enough, I was fast enough, went out there and had a good senior season, and posted my highlights and got an offer from Memphis and Ole Miss. And it's kind of a funny story. So how I got my offer from Memphis was because one of my coaches knew Silverfield, and he got me an offer. And then the school I ended up going to was the school Ole Miss, because I'd always grown up just being a big fan and always going to their games. Is that I filled out a walk-on form on their website and just sent in my highlights, and I got like a text from some recruiter, and he was like talking about offering me, and ended up offering me, and me and my dad just like there's no way this is real. Like, I'm not getting offered by Ole Miss, like the school I've always wanted to go to. And then Lane kept following me. I was like, oh, this is real. I'm like, I can play football at the SEC level. This is crazy. And I ended up picking Ole Miss. And Silverfoot had always been like the more guy who was like coming after me, really trying to recruit me. But I just knew, like, at the end of the day, I could always come back to Memphis. But I'd always think about, like, if I never got my chance to go play at Ole Miss, and the school that I always grown up going to their games. And so I ended up going to Ole Miss, was playing tight end for the first year or so. Got switched to O-line.
That's a big tight end.
Yeah. I was like 260, and they're like, yeah, I think it's time for you to move to O-line. You kind of more look like an O-lineman. So I ended up making the move. Wasn't really happy at the time, but I actually like it a lot better. I don't have to run as much, so I mean, that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
And then at the end of my my sophomore year, my coach got fired, the O-line coach who I really loved, Coach Thornton. He's now at Auburn, and I was kind of like, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play here until like my 5th year maybe. I think it might be time for me to go see if Silverfield. So I got in the portal, reached out to Silverfield, and now I'm here, and I'm so happy to be here. And I ended up working my way to the 2s on fall camp, and then got a freak injury and tore my ACL. But I'll be back next year.
So like you said, Ole Miss was the dream school. You were chasing the dream. Nobody can blame you for that. But what has it been like being back home?
It's been nice. Like, I just feel like I've gotten so much closer to my family, especially my mom. I mean, like, my mom went to a wedding the other day, and we came down, we sat and talked for like an hour, and it was just nice. Like, I'm just so much closer with my family now, being able to be close to them, and it's just been great. And it's also different, like, playing for like your hometown team,
right?
And a team like was right down the road from your high school, so that's always been awesome. And the team's been great, and like, I love the O-line room. I feel like the O-line room's always going to be great everywhere. O-line room is great at Ole Miss, but I definitely love it here, especially the boy Davion, the leader of the group.
Yeah.
Did he ask you to shout him out? There's no way he didn't ask you to do that.
Oh, no, I shouted him out.
There's no way he didn't ask you to do that.
Donovan, Hank has hyped you up. He said you got a good story, so let's hear it.
Wait, how do you know? Oh, I guess
We were in the same.
Yeah, it's the same group.
Me, you, and Jack were in the same. We have these groups during fall camp, and it's like they're trying to make it more fun. So, like, at the end of the day, we all tell our stories, but like we're all just dog tired, wanting to go home. But I remember Medina told his story, and I was like, dang, like Medina's got a good story. So if it sucks now, then I know you wouldn't make it up if you can. But
well, I'm gonna make it up. I'm probably not good at that person.
no,
But
I feel you.
Yeah, I grew up here from Memphis. I grew up probably about 15 minutes from here. Just 15 minutes south from Let It Fly in the Southwind, Germantown area. I played like Little League football in Olive Branch, Mississippi, so it's like right there on the border.
That's where I'm from.
Okay. And, I just love football. I started playing when I was 7. Because my first number, my favorite number was 3, and then I was 7, so I like mixed it together.
Yeah.
37 was my number at the time. So I grew up, I was going to Harding Academy, the same school Calvin Austin went to.
Right.
And going to the games, watching him just run around the field, scoring touchdowns,
Yeah.
insane. So I was like, I can't wait to get in varsity to do that one day. So in 7th grade, I transferred to Carrierville, played middle school football. Obviously, I was playing basketball and baseball, but then I stopped in middle school, just focused on football. And coming around high school time, my sophomore year or junior year, COVID hit. They canceled a few games, couple games, but we played a couple. I had a couple stats, sacks, tackles, but it wasn't the best year. And I was kind of getting discouraged, like, I don't know if football is really my thing. or I knew I loved it, but like I knew I wanted to play at college level, but I just didn't feel like the year I had produced enough to get there. So my senior year, we were going in the summer, and just that whole class we grew up together from middle school. We were just super close, and we actually went 11-0. The first undefeated Cargill season in I don't know how many years. We lost in the second round of the playoffs to Ravenwood. They had a great team. But it's just, I feel like we went undefeated in the regular season just because of that bond we had. We were insane on defense. We had like 40+ turnovers, blocks, interception, everything. And while we were doing good on defense, I had about, I want to say 14 people signed to go to college to play football. And we were doing good, but I didn't think I wasn't getting that many offers, and I wasn't getting that much interest. But then I got a PWO from Memphis, and I was thinking, like, Memphis has produced so many walk-ons, turn scholarship. A couple of them fell now, and it's just being from here. I, grew up going to Memphis games. I remember my favorite game was to Memphis UCLA. They played 12 o'clock. It was hot. That's when UCLA had Josh Rosen.
Yep.
Memphis won. That was an insane game.
Tim Hart with the pick six.
I bet that game, like me and my dad, we would always go to games, and I just remember like I could be on the field just like a couple of years ago when I was in the stands watching with my dad. So I walked on here. Memphis got PWO. Nobody really expected anything out of me. Freshman year, my strength coach just everyone said that like I just came in there like who is this kid? Like, we're probably getting out of here. But
That's tough.
But I just kept working, and this spring I made a huge jump. I feel, this fall I'm a 2 deep on the depth chart now with linebacker. Making my way on special teams, and I redshirted last year, so I did a couple stops on special teams. I got my first start special teams second week of the year, and I'm just making a huge improvement. Like I feel like I'm a way smarter player. It's barely even been a year. And I've made like a great transformation body wise. I got my body fat down to like 9% now. It's insane.
You look proud of that.
When I was little, I used to play D tackle or right guard. So I'm take a bunch of pride in that. But I just feel like Memphis, it's my home. I feel good being here. I love it here. I love football. And it's nice to have my family around. So I grew up here. I got all my cousins, mom, dad, family, everybody. Just come to support me whenever they want. It's good. Like my mom and dad don't have to travel too far.
Right.
But they give you everything in my life, and that's why I work so hard. Like even sometimes if I want to give up, I just think about them, like everything they gave me, and there's no way I can give up because I want to be able to repay them whatever they gave me. And even if it's not NFL or something, I currently a health studies major. After football, I'm gonna be a CRNA. So if I just do whatever, as much money as I can, and pay it back to them. And even paying it back, not money-wise, it's just them being proud of me and, living up to their expectations they have me. I'm good. So, I love it here in Memphis.
I was going to just comment on both their stories.
Go for
it.
And then also Cargill, we were rivals.
Yeah.
Our 2 high schools.
They didn't get us, but they were
I
never
beat. We didn't beat Hank when he was there.
You got us.
We got us
that year was rough.
That was my junior year. And then we won my senior year again. So it's been back and forth.
Right.
Yeah. But I knew about. So Jack, obviously, I talked about like played sports with him growing up, played in Houston, but it's been awesome to see Donovan. As a first year kid. I saw something in him, and then he was good friends with one of my good friends, and so I started talking to him more and more, and like Donovan just has a different type of work ethic. Like it's not fake, it's not for show. Like when he's in the weight room, he's working. When he's on the field, he's working. When he's at practice, he's working. And so, this year he stepped up tremendously, but this is a name in a couple of years Tiger fans are going to be cheering for a lot more. So I'm really proud of Mathena, and I hope that he stays here and plays the rest of his career here because he's going to be a big-time difference maker for the Tigers, for sure.
Appreciate you, bro.
Look at Hank showing love.
For sure, bro. Mathena's my guy.
All right, Spears, what you got?
And this dude right here.
So, didn't really start playing football. I didn't take football seriously until high school. 9th and 10th grade, I was a basketball player. I had hoop dreams. So
that's where the goal came from?
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that, but Man, I was just chasing hoop dreams, and something clicked in my head my 10th grade year. I was like, I want to play football again. Like, this is something I want to do. So the coach didn't let me play while I was at my first high school, so I decided to transfer. I stayed in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So, so decided to transfer and play football again. But I wasn't able to play until like the last 3 games of my junior year. So finished the season and went out to a couple camps, picked up some offers, decided to go to Tech, went to Tech to be a DN. So I was like 250, 260. And,
Why do you look at it like that?
I put on slow as a mom. I would burn it. Don't listen to him.
We've been talking about racing for weeks. He's always, I'm sore, man. I don't know. I only played, 40 snaps in the game with my arm. I'm like, dude, I was out there with you the whole time. Like, why don't we just race?
Hank think he could beat me, I would leave Hank at 305 pounds. But,
he probably would.
But yeah, decided to stay at Tech for 3 years. Got to play my 3rd year there because Coach Columbia and Coach Walker, they gave me the chance to play, be on the field. Had a decent season to say I was a nose guard. Coach Pope, but I jumped in the transfer portal and Coach Pope hit my line. He was like, I see you playing here, and you could be a big part of our defense. He was telling me the guys that's coming back, who we had on the D line, who our linebackers were. I was like, I really was liking it. So I was trying to choose between Cincinnati, UL, and here. And UL was like right down the street from me, but in high school, they kind of held out with me, and I ain't liked it. So
you had a little get back for them.
Yeah, they tried to get me to come there my senior year of high school, but they did it the day of my signing day.
Okay.
So I was like, I don't know, I'm not feeling it that they did that, even though it was like a new coaching staff that ain't like it. So decided to come here. My mom said she loved Coach Pope. I love Coach Pope and his energy. He seemed like a good man on and off the field. It's not only on the field about him. He care about you in the classroom.
Right.
Like, life after football. Like,
right.
So decided to come here, and I'm glad I did. I'm with the guys. We formed one. The best season I had since my freshman year in college. Thankful for being around these guys. That's my story.
Gotcha. Anybody got anything else before we take another break? You good? All right, we're going to take one more quick break, and on the other side, we will get out of here, get these guys out of here. Appreciate it.
That's what he said, though. We're on the ground. We're not just sitting up in the big box, ringing the bell and expecting people to come in. Those kiosks we're placing out in 28 different locations out in the community.
Yes, sir.
Where people are, where their traffic is already going, so that they can have access. And we talk about equitable access. There was a time, you wouldn't believe this, of course, I'm being facetious, that, only certain people had access to the services that they need.
Yes, sir.
But what we're trying to do at United Way is to democratize this thing. Put it out there with the people, put the kiosks out in the areas where they're already walking, and then give them the opportunity to have equitable access. You tell us what you need, and you input your areas of support and services that we can provide for you, and we'll work with you to get you, here it is, from where you are, right? To where you dream to be.
Y'all know what it is.
Tune in to The Anthony Sain Show, Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Does that throw in that decision made by Seth worry you at all? There's been a lot of talk about people saying he hasn't taken the next step, as a lot of people would assume as a third-year starter. Are you seeing some of that?
I definitely expected
Is Seth
a little bit
leaving
more
a lot to
from
be
him.
desired out there?
Yeah, and I think that is due to the style of play, right? And I'm not necessarily saying that's all on Cramsey, because I think he catches the heat for it, but I think this is all a philosophy, and Ryan saying like, hey, I want to be a team that runs the ball, that opens the pass. It kind of feels more like they want him to be this era's Brady to me. just a game manager more than a Riley who's going to go out there and just air it out and
Go
win you
out there
games.
and make plays. Yeah.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
And can we give a round of applause? It's a special edition
For the
episode
boys.
of
Let's do
On
it for the boys.
the Bluff. There it is.
That's the one.
There's some fake applause in there.
Yes. Hey, thank you to the studio audience. Appreciate you.
We've officially made it. It is Gabe Kuhn wedding week. That's
Yes.
where we have to start. Saturday night. That was weak.
Thank you.
That was
All right,
weak.
all right.
Saturday night, it is going down.
Do you have any awes in the crowd?
You want an aw?
I want an aw.
Oh, like that. I thought you were like a like a bad aw. But okay, yes. Anyway.
Kenny's a married man. Why'd he play that sound?
Yeah.
Hey, what's that about?
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape, Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause, and most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city.
All right, guys, we are back and we are going to wrap this up. But first off, we got to shout out Keviante Spears, who is apparently famous.
Shout out to 650 boys. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Yeah.
This man's got like 30 comments on YouTube right now, so shout out to him.
Hey, shout's that guy.
He is that guy.
That's what I said. He's that guy.
We appreciate everybody for joining. We obviously appreciate Let It Fly, Bluff City NIL as well for sponsoring this. Also, Coaching for Literacy. As we said, you can come out every week. Food is incredible.
It's great food.
Incredible conversation with these guys. So we appreciate it. We'll see you back.
Thank you.